Was getting loosely. Oh, we're live?
Uh, Pretty much. Just letting it get used to the idea.
This is live up in the corner.
Yeah, it takes a few seconds to get itself organised. Well, here we are again. And our FOA roundtable conference for Battle Pirates. I am Paul FOA, and we have with us today Coral Sea and Priory.
Hello.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about things like the raid that just went through and
Huh?
the monthly raid. We've already had a weekly since then, still in progress, but the monthly raid called Snowblind. And what were your initial thoughts, Frank?
It sucked. It was really, really difficult to get used to it, especially hitting the bases in phase 2. The time limit they gave you was not enough time to do 9 coin. I mean, I didn't coin, but it just was very, very hard. I can't imagine what the other guys felt.
Yeah. What about Martin? No, Martin's still out of it at the moment. Yeah, well, of course, one of the main things that bothered me was not being able to help out our junior players, our junior members in
Yeah,
the alliance.
that too. So,
There's got to be some sort of advantage to being in an alliance. They bring in a system and then they basically just kill it. They just take everything away that you could possibly do with a group of people. Like, for instance, helping people in a raid. You know,
yeah,
if you're not in an
exactly.
alliance, you should be at a disadvantage as far as that's concerned, unless you've got some friends in the game. If you've got friends in the game and they're willing to help you, then that's fine. If you're in an alliance, you've got friends, and if they want to help you, they should be able to. So everyone benefits. But they take that feature away, and it's deliberate by making that system of entry the way it was. No one could join you. I don't know where they get these ideas from. It's supposed to be a community, and yet they seem to just want people to be aggressive, not know each other, and therefore,
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I
yeah,
mean, alliances are meant to help lower levels build our ships, level up, get better in the game. The higher levels supposed to help the lower levels. That's my theory. And this way, we cannot do that. I mean, I liked not having to looking for targets. Don't get me. That was a good part about it. But not being able to help anybody, that kind of sucked.
yeah. I know that business about uh, you know stopping people from stealing your uh, uh, targets you're working on. I mean, that's a part of being a pirate, stealing from each other, isn't it? I mean, it's
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 not so. It's not so much stealing. I think just going around the map looking for targets. You know,
yeah.
that's not stealing. Don't bother me. That don't bother me at all. It's just the idea you spend like 10, 15 minutes looking for a target. You know, and by the
Well,
time you get there, somebody else got it. That's what I like about it. Your target's right next to your base.
Yeah, it was always there. Well, there's room for improvement, I'm sure, in this, but
Get rid of the time limit and get able to, at least alliance members help each other. That's improvement.
yeah, yeah. Uh, they were saying on Battle Vortex grinding out the fleets is not fun for lower level players. That's got to be agreed up
that's
there.
my that's
That
mind numbing.
Yeah, well, I mean, in any competition where there's repetition, it's going to be like that when you've got to try and achieve something. I guess in taking away from that, is Martin back yet? Still got the microphone.
Yeah, I'm here.
What are your thoughts on the raid, Mike? Martin?
Um, it was long and tiresome, especially not being able to hit different things. It was obviously it's the same 5 targets that you were having to hit all the time, and rather than sort of mixing it up and going for like some of the lower ones and then going for some of the higher ones, and it just seemed all repetitive.
Yeah, I agree.
You had to hit them in a certain way. You couldn't sort of do the easy ones first and then work onto the hard ones, or do the hard ones first, then do the easy ones. It had to be done in a certain way, and it just got so boring.
Had to be done in order.
Yep, exactly.
I think more different, not more, but different setups in the bases in levels 2 and 3 would be better.
Now, don't get us wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, the base system I did enjoy. I enjoyed doing the bases instead of the fleets for a change. But it was just the fact that you had to do them in a certain order. You couldn't. There wasn't, say, like a group of 5, and you could do like the last one first, and then do the first one second. It had to be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You couldn't do like 5, 2, 1, 3, 4.
Yeah, I tried.
I mean, the other thing about it is it's a good idea to a certain extent where people can't pinch what you're actually hitting, but not being able to help other people, which I believe you and Frank were talking about, Graham, was
Yeah.
part of an alliance is helping other people. What's the point of being in the alliance if you can't help other people? And they've taken that away.
Yep, they have.
Yeah, that's true.
What is that?
Is that coming from Martin?
I think it may come from Martin, yeah.
What was it?
It's music.
Yeah, the radio's on in the background.
Can you kick it? Yeah.
Just a little.
Now, I did hear recently that the raids that they do monthly are on a 4-month cycle, which means that the one
Yeah.
done is the first of 4. So hopefully it'll get better along the way.
Yeah. Hopefully. Hopefully they would make the time limit out.
Yeah.
Because you can't, excuse me, with that time limit, you can't start one before you go to bed, so you're limited. Or if you come home lunchtime, you want to hit a couple targets, you can't because you can't start a campaign because you're at that time limit.
Yeah, that was a big problem, wasn't it?
Well, I lost a campaign, a phase 2, because my power went out. I had 2 more bases to do. My power went out, and I didn't come back on until after my campaign was over. It ran out. That's what I'm pissed about that. But what can you do?
Well, time limits are always bad because of the way people's real lives interfere into the time you got provided. I mean, all sorts of weird things happen that can cause you to abort a
I
campaign. Like
mean,
I said, your power went out. There's such simple things as visitors arriving or needing to go to the bathroom. I mean, there's so many different things that go on.
yeah, exactly.
Uh,
Who
and
expect
demand.
who's
See,
expecting
this
my
is the
power
whole,
to go out?
yeah, but see, Kickside, by timing it, demands your attention for this amount of time, and I think that's pretty unreasonable.
I mean, phase 3. I didn't even touch phase 3 because phase 3, the first 5 were the same. Then you had 2 more bases on top of that, and they only give you 3 hours there. I
Yeah.
mean, gee, I can't get phase 2 done in 2 hours. Oh, you expect me to do it 3 hours?
Well, they've done it deliberately to make you coin. That's what it's for.
Oh, excuse me. Exactly.
I mean, I managed to
That's all it
get.
is.
I did phase 2, and that's all I hit. I hit it 10 times, and I actually managed to get it down to about 3.5 hours.
Yeah, but phase 3 got more bases, 2 more bases. How can you? I got mine down to 4 hours, but
Yeah.
you got 2 more bases in phase 3 to give you less time. I forgot how many times I hit phase 2. It
I
gotta be at least.
mean, it's so what's the word? Disappointing when you get halfway through phase 2 and you can't proceed, and so you leave it for a while, and then you come back to continue, and suddenly realise, oh, I can't continue. I've got to start again, and
Exactly.
you go, oh, I'm not going to that again.
Exactly.
Well,
uh,
that's it. I mean, it's other things. If you don't time it right, then I mean, to get the raid done, I had to sort of hit phase 2 twice for about 4 days, twice a day. Now, if you don't time it right, or something happens, and you've got to stop in between the two, hitting it those 2 times, you're not going to have time to finish it a second time. So it's like, what's the point of starting?
Exactly.
I mean, I'm sure it happened to you, Frank. By the time you finished repairing your fleet, it was like, well, I'm not going to get this completed in the next 2 hours, but I've got to go to
Yeah.
bed because I've got to be up early for work or whatever in the morning. So it's like, well, what's the point of starting it?
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly. Like Price is Wrong said on Battle Pirates Talk Live. Used to come home lunchtime, had a couple of targets, and go back to work. Here you couldn't do it. You couldn't hit a couple targets at lunchtime because you couldn't start a campaign.
Yeah, exactly, because you haven't got enough time to do it.
yeah. I don't know whether the format of this current series is compatible with a competition.
Well, they are asking for feedback on the Kickstarter website, the forums. So anybody listening to our broadcast, please go on the forums and state your feedback. Be positive. Don't be nasty. You know what you
Yeah.
thought about the raid. I did already, so I already put my feedback in. So
Oh, that's good. I'll put it together. Anything else in the raid at all? How could it be? How could it be better? That format that they've started, where you go into.
well, it could be better if they get rid of the time limit. Let's put it that way. Time limit gone on any of them, and having at least alliance members help each other. Then it could be better.
Yeah, it would be that.
Personally,
See, this is the thing. You don't necessarily have to have the time limit as long as you can help each other. You could still have a time limit because while you're away repairing, somebody else could be doing a little bit for you. You know, it's
Exactly. Yeah, that's true
it
too.
it's the helping out that you need. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Well,
true.
I think the reason they've done it this way is because of exactly that people were uh, beating down a target till it was almost dead, and then the person came in and finished it off. That may not be what they like seeing done, but what could be done is that another person could accompany you into a battle, and that would sort of stop that going on. As long as there were, the original persons in the battle when the friend comes in. I think that
Yeah,
would be a reasonable way to do it.
yeah, that's a reasonable way of doing it too. Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't want people going into your campaign on their own and
Yeah.
macking around in there and possibly killing the whole thing off.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
And just get the bonus points.
Were there bonus points? I never got any.
Yeah, and the payout was crap too. Uranium too.
Uranium.
Uranium.
Uranium
That's
was just,
ridiculous.
yeah, one of the most treasured things in the game so far, and you got very, very little of it.
I mean, 5,000. You gotta get 10 million points for 5,000 uranium. You get 8,500 total all through raid. You get more than that in the weekly event.
Yeah, of course. Mm.
And hit 2 dredge fleets for Christ's sake. You get more than that.
Yeah, it's not encouraging for people who, for instance, just want uranium to go into that raid.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't want any holes. Some people can have too many holes.
Yeah.
Some people just hoard them like museums. But
Yeah.
I prefer to
Add
specialize.
add to the collection.
Yeah, yeah. Get it just in case I might need it somewhere down the line.
Build a special fleet for a special thing.
You've got to find time to build it first.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Is that all for Snowblind?
Yeah, I think so.
Sent us crazy. All right, I'll do the
The
shout out.
only other thing is, just sorry to interrupt, but the only other thing is maybe there are a couple of fleets out there that'll help the younger players and the smaller members. Like instant repair Seawolves and stuff like that. If you can build them or you want the builds, just ask somebody and we'll provide them for you, and it will help you a hell of a lot through these raids.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Our usual shout outs for members of Fleets of Anarchy. I almost forgot the name of it. Call it FOA for so long now, I forget what it all means. Fleets of Anarchy. Not very anarchical still.
Yeah.
Congratulations to all those pirates who have leveled up this past week. Those are Billy Boone, who is now level 35, Blackbeard 46, Black Wolf 60, Brand Killer 29, Captain Pugwash 54, Coral Sea 73. Congratulations there, Frank.
Thank you.
Easy 58, Forsaken Joker 57, Icky 7, Jetcot Selex 54, Killership 57, Kronos 72, Mad Auto 67, Muslin 52, Olaf L 48, Sea Lion 70, Spectre 27, 19, The Pork Sword 62, Tiger 627 is now 64, and What Commander 64, and Zach 21 GF 42. Well done, Pirates.
Yep. we're
Okay.
done.
Junior bases. We've had some of our juniors attacked this past few days from a rival clan in Sector 47. We're in Sector 7. And it gives us a chance to refresh on what our junior members' bases look like, and some of them are pretty dreadful. You got a comment?
Dreadful is the word for it. It's downright awful. And you wonder why they get hit. Build your base where they think twice about coming back to your base. That's my philosophy. I mean, you get hit, but that's the side point. You don't want them going through easy and taking no damage either. Square bases are out. That's
be out as quick as possible. I mean, you start with a square base, of course, and you know no other way. But in an alliance, you should be able to look through things like the alliance's Facebook page, if they have one, and other mechanisms by asking members of your alliance, friending members of your alliance, so that they'll appear in the view boxes at the bottom, so you can actually have a look at the base layout. That's a very easy way of doing it. We have some base layouts on our
base designs are on the page.
They're in the photos section. Some of them are pretty old. They go way back to the beginning. They're not much use to you, but you can look at them as far as the layout is concerned. You don't worry about what the buildings look like and the walls look like, but the layout might be interesting. And to just keep building and changing and bettering your base. It's what you've got to do. You've just got to keep reinventing your base all the time. When I first started, there was no base designer, and that was really hard to change your base. Now it's quite simple. You can experiment with base designs in the base planner. Don't even have to.
Only problem is with a base designer is I wish they could save more than 2 bases.
Yeah, it would be good.
You could save just 2 base designs. You could personally, I would like to have 5. So that way, every other week you can change to a different one. That way, your attackers are confused. If you get attacked if you get attacked all the time, if you change your base, as soon as it's repaired, and next time it comes in, wants to farm you, oh shit, it's a different layout. What the hell? What's going on? It confuses them. I found that out a long time ago. I used to change my base once a week. Now I got a base design. It's worked for me. Not many people get in my base anymore. Only thing get in my base right now is a Grimshine Berserker. So, to me personally, if you have the time, just fool around with base designing in a base designer. Come up with your own plan.
Yeah, coming up with your own plan isn't always the plan.
Well, yeah, I asked for advice too. That would help.
Yeah.
That would help.
The ideas you have in your head aren't always the best ideas. They might seem pretty good to you, but sometimes the collective will of the other players over a long period of time really has.
Well, the base design I have now, I have to thank Martin. He's the one to help me with it.
You're welcome.
I know I put my own spin on it, but he came up with the basic design, and it's worked. It's worked for both of us. So
I'll agree with that.
Jason's got a similar design to us. So the only thing you get in his base is Berserkers with a Grimshine. They have to be with a Grimshine.
And Martin, why do you attribute the success of your base design? Any particular things that you built into it?
Um, no, I was just sitting on the base planner one day because I had nothing else to do and was just messing about with different designs, and it looked as if it was one of those ones that could work. It's got a big canal at the middle, at the front, and with a couple of turns in at the top. So all your long range weapons are out the way as soon as they start hitting you. And I don't know, it just looked as if it worked, and it seemed to work all right for me. And Frank looked at it and watched it and thought, "Ooh, that looks as if it could work." So
Exactly. The base whip, the long range weapons like my Grimshine, brimstones, the javelins, they're all concentrated fire in the mouth of the canal where attackers are coming. So all that firepower is right on top of them as soon as they start shooting at anything. And basically that's about it. You get them to slow down a little bit and stop or whatever, take out the short range weapons, and the long range weapons are pounding them. That's another key too. Get the halos, the javelins, the brimstones. Get them if as soon as possible. Get them. Do not hesitate because the victory mortars and the howies they're not doing it no more. And stay away from that friggin' harpoon. A harpoon to me sucks. A javelin is so much better.
Yeah, of
I mean,
course.
I know the javelin has a big donut hole, but if you place it in the right area in your base, that donut hole won't mean shit.
Yeah, of course. There are a lot of reasons why you do things and why you put turrets and things in different places. I know we've got a document on our file section, and I think I've mentioned it before, that
Yeah.
16 points to try and incorporate in your base when you're designing it. I don't know how many of our members have looked at that.
Well, like I said, all my firepower is concentrated at the mouth of the canal where attacker fleet's coming in. Even if my attacker rims my base sometimes in certain areas, my brimstones or my javelins will nail him too. So he's getting hurt anywhere around my base. I know I took out a Vindictor fleet though. Almost took out a Vindictor fleet just by rimming me. So
Yeah.
because of my javelins and my brimstones. And also too, if you can hit
Um,
a drag base,
that's about all I had to talk about this week. Anything
well,
else of an interest to anyone?
hit a drag base and get those blueprints off the
Did have
drag
some
base. Can you hear me?
pictures that we accumulated over the past week or so. I was going to create a shame file because there were some strange things that went on while we were chasing some of these black hearts around. And I don't know if I can get that slide up. But,
Can you hear me, Graham?
it was
I
a
can hear you.
situation where Jason was following a black heart back to his base. Apparently it was a level 40 fleet, and it had just been attacking a base.
Oh yeah.
And when he
There's
got
a
back
level 1 base.
well, when he followed the guy to the base, he saw him enter a level 4 base.
Oh yeah, level 4.
And he was rather confused how a level 4 player could have a level 40 fleet.
Level berserkers.
And the other strange thing about the level 4 base was it had a Draconian badge underneath it saying that it had at least participated in attacking a Drac base, which seems really weird for a level 4. And for some reason, nothing seems to be working. Here it is.
Graham, can you hear me?
This page. And click on there. There you can see the rough coordinates for that area, because I just moved the screen up to the top so you could get the coordinates in roughly. Sector 12, level 4 Blackheart with a Draconian
Martin, I don't think Graham can hear me.
badge underneath it. What's that badge?
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me.
Is it? You actually have to kill the Draconian base to get that badge, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think you can. Yes, you do. Hello?
Where did everybody go?
We're here. Yeah, hear us.
Have we been cut off?
No, you're still alive.
Well, something's gone amiss.
You can't hear us.
Okay, I'm back. I guess
Can
I'm
you
back.
hear us?
But I can't hear anything from Frank.
Hello?
Are you talking, Frank? Because I can't hear you.
Yes. Hello?
And Martin, I can't hear anything from you either.
He can't hear
Definitely.
us. Hey, we can talk about him now.
That's really weird.
Hello? You get us on mute again? Well, at least you can hear all my talking about the base designs. Graham, I think you got us on mute. Hello, 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 hello.
I don't think he can hear us. I think his headphones are knackered.
I think so too. They're unplugged or something.
Yeah. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Did you hear all about my base designs and stuff? I hope.
Not all of it, no.
Well, like I
Because I
said,
have.
the weapons are all concentrated on the mouth of the canal.
Yes, but I mean, with that base design that we've got, it's quite a long canal to start off with before the little turns at the top. So
Yeah.
the whole of that canal, all your long range weapons are firing at them because they're all in range.
Yep. That's what I like about it.
I mean, if it's base design, sorry, go on.
I don't think he knows how to get that chat.
No.
Okay, I'm back.
What? Can
you
you hear
us?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
What happened?
Hey.
Technical difficulties, I'll put it down to that.
Okay.
You mean the plug fell out?
Yeah. When you have to piggyback plugs, yeah, it's really weird. You go from a standard little phono tipper sleeve to a larger one, and don't worry about it.
Understood.
What were you guys talking about?
Well, I just finished up my base designs subject.
Yeah. Well, continue.
You were talking about. Oh, I'm done. I got my point across. And also, too. Well, actually, a good defense fleet helps too a lot. I know a lot of people don't like putting defense fleets in because why have the repairs? My base just gonna get flattened anyway. Hey, more damage you give to them, they think twice.
Yeah, yeah. All right, I'll just go back to this slide again, just to show you on the other side, the same base after the service went down at Kixeye while we were looking at the Blackheart base. Jason and I were sitting there looking at this level 4 Blackheart base, all of a sudden everybody was disconnected. And it looks as though Kixeye had restarted their system or rebooted the computers or what have you, but the whole system went down, and when it came back and we looked at that same level 4 base, it was now a level 38 base, as you can see in the picture there.
Still, level 38 is not going to hit a Drac base.
Really, really weird.
And I cannot see them having a full fleet of berserkers either, not at level 38.
Not with a Grimshine.
Yeah, so Jason put in a ticket on that one, and I think today it's still active. I took a snapshot of it yesterday, and it now looks like that. So he's lost his badge, but
Well,
he's
you lose that after 7 days.
yeah. So that's the situation with that one. There was another one that we saw, if I can get rid of the screen, and it was I have to get it up first before I can talk about it because I can't quite remember it.
I'm not trying to be funny about this, but since that influx of people arrived, when Sector 7 seemed to be swarmed, there seems to be a lot more talk about people hacking and stuff like that since this influx of players.
Yep.
Yeah, you'll see on this slide here down in the bottom left-hand corner another Blackheart that's been banned, and that was quite appropriate, and for the life of me I can't remember why now. But I think Jason put in a ticket on that one as well. If he was here, he'd be able to tell us exactly what the reason was, but Kixeye acted on that one all right. But as you said,
yeah, I get up early in the morning.
A lot of people, a lot of people coming back after having not played for a while, for whatever reason, and just not prepared to go through the motion of catching up. They want to catch up instantly.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there was a rumor that a lot of the players that have come back are actually players that have been banned in the past, just under a different name.
Yeah, they came back from Pirates of the Caribbean, because that's when that's closed down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they've been banned on Battle Pirates before, why on earth have they been allowed back in again?
Well, it may not.
You've seen it before.
Yeah, it may not be a point of letting them back in. It's very easy to get a new email address and log in under a different name. You're not supposed to do it.
Yeah, the reason they let them back in because the oceans were bare.
Yeah, well, as you saw on the graph last time we were on, the amount of people playing has dropped considerably, down to about a fifth of what it used to be. So
Yeah.
it's got to be a consideration, even though they say publicly there's nothing wrong. There certainly is. So we saw a huge influx of level 1 black hearts in Sector 7 a few weeks ago, and they're slowly dwindling off. But we got a lot of new members too, so that was good.
Yeah, we added two new members today actually.
Yeah. So we should say welcome to all those new members, and join in.
Black Ball, and Rip, and Captain Carl 1. So
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah, welcome guys, and ask questions. Find us and ask questions. And there's a lot to tell you, and it's really hard to do it one at a time. Our Facebook page. We'll talk about our voice communication.
They're not added to the Facebook page yet because they're under a probationary period right now.
Yeah, but if they inquire, then they will be added. If they never inquire,
exactly.
They're on probation, and if they don't inquire, then they're not going to find out all the intricacies of being in an alliance. I'm sure they have no concept of what an alliance is really anyway, other than what the word means.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right, well, we'll wrap it up then. No point in going on here. We'll talk again in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
You want to say anything, Martin? No, Martin's muted. He's probably on the phone.
Yeah, he's at work.
Yeah. All right. He's just getting off the phone.
Sorry, good night.
Sorry, good night. Okay, everybody. Sorry, and good night.
Good night.
Good night.